Hey everybody, welcome back to Ni no Kuni. We're ready, we're willing, we're Kuniing. Totally rhymes, it's fine. Works together, perfectly, flawlessly. I'm excellent, you're excellent, thanks for watching, I appreciate you. Anyway, that over and done with. Last time, I went to the sewers of Ding Dong Dell. I believe it's called Ding Dong Well, actually.
Watch this!
And I started fighting everybody down here because I have a problem. And I mostly wandered around the sewers and talked about nonsense for half an hour. So thanks for joining me for that. Today's episode,
We did it!
episodes maybe, if I'm feeling overly bold, will have me leveling up a little bit more and then continue on with this lovely little game story. Yeah, King Tom is missing, and we gotta find that cat. Someone told that cat to scat, and we don't like that. I'm feeling very Susie today. Susie, Goosey, Lucy. How now, brown cow? I'm trying to actually listen to the audio of the game while I'm recording this time around, so there might be some playback issue with that. I hope it's not too noticeable, because I'd like to actually hear the game that I'm playing, as opposed to it being silent and me making up noises in my head.
We did it!
Imagination is overrated, so I apologize if you hear the game audio echoed. I'll have to give it a listen afterward and see what happens. I gave a little bit of a test run before, but I don't know if it'll work quite that way before. I really like this design, by the way, of the dangler fish.
We can do this!
Such an interesting and frightening fish, IRL, but kind of like a dinosaur in this, kind of. And that's kind of cool. And they're probably pretty old danglerfish, anglerfish rather. Interesting too. Not one that you really want to run into when you're swimming, but I think they're pretty dang low in the depths, so I don't think you'll run into them on your average ocean swim. I think they're ocean dwelling fish. They gotta be. If I remember my Animal Crossing better. I love Animal Crossing. It's such a great game. Don't turn around. Uh-oh. The commissar's in town. Now it's time to beat you up.
Let's do it!
While your back is turned. Because that's what heroes do. Yep. That's what heroes do. And Bootsy is a hero. Way to go, Bootsy. Eat them blue gems.
We won!
Gem. Gem is outrageous. Gem. Okay. But seriously, Gem is truly outrageous. And that was an 80s cartoon, that kind of was like the girls'
We can do this!
equivalent of G.I. Joe, where Gem led her band, the Holograms, Gem and the Holograms, on different adventures, and she had an alternate persona, or, oh gosh, her alternate persona was Gem, and nobody knew that she was Gem, but, except for her bandmates, of course. I don't remember her actual name on the show. Well, that's bothering me. I used to know. It wasn't drastically different from Gem. But what was it? Oh gosh. Crud. This is gonna bother me. Oh. Of course. Not powerful enough to hit it till it opens. I get you. Oh gosh, the name is gonna kill me. What is it? I think it was like
Let's go!
Jenny or something like that. Christy?
Here goes!
Why can't I remember who Gem really was? Cassandra? That doesn't sound Cassie. No. I am going on and on about not remembering a name. This is the type of entertainment that you tuned in for. I apologize, but not really, because I'm not really sorry about it. So, I'm not gonna apologize. You got yourself into this mess. Oh gosh. But yeah, I mean, it was mostly... It was mostly made in order to kind of sell Hasbro toys to little girls as opposed to little boys, which is what G.I. Joe did. So, I'm pretty sure, I think it still runs in the network that runs like My Little Pony and all that kind of stuff, because that's a Hasbro thing too. But yeah, can't remember her name. I do think it was alliterative, and I do think it had a double letter in it, but I just don't remember the name. Cassie, no. Sassy? Probably Sassy. Oh, also, I think it was two years ago, they did a movie, striking the iron while it's hot. They did a gym movie 30 years after the show aired. And the movie was one that I watched on New Year's Day to kick off the following year in a very bright fashion. Because the movie was terrible. Like, there was very little to no redeeming quality whatsoever. All the songs sounded the same, which is, I guess, kind of true of the show itself. And the movie must have thought it was pretty dang good, because it wound up setting itself up for a sequel. Which will never happen because, well, at least not without rebooting it in some way, because that was awful. And it did poorly too. I think it was the lowest. I think it was only out for a weekend at box office or in theaters, and then like every theater dropped it. So that should tell you how well that one did. I sit down, Bootsy. And yes, this was multiple minutes of me just talking about Gem and the Holograms, a cartoon designed for girls made in the 80s, before I was born. Pretty interesting. But I just like saying, and I have a friend who's named Jen, and I always encourage, actually I think it started with a J. I think her name started with a J on Gem, which makes sense because Gem starts with a J. It's very similar to Jessica, I think. Anyway, but it's not Jessica. What's wrong with me? But I have a friend named Jen, and one of the first things I told her is, I hope that you often introduce yourself as Jen by saying that you're truly, truly, truly outrageous. Because that's the kind of reference you should make to people when you first meet them. An obscure 80s cartoon reference. That's how you win over hearts. That's how you win me over anyway. And I mean, who doesn't want to do that, right? Prattling on about nothing. This is great. I'm enjoying myself. Once we get to level 10 for Bootsy and Oliver, we're gonna go move on with the story, so I don't have to bore everybody with pseudo Jessica, Gem. Call her pseudo Jessica because I can't remember her actual name. Almost there, Ollie boy. But way to go, Bootsy. Oh, smash hit. You got a smash hit covering Gem songs. Because every episode they'd be singing, oh, that guy just appeared out of nowhere. Out of thin air. Let's make this happen.
Come on.
That should be okay. Health-wise. There we go. You're next. Poke, 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 poke. Poke, poke. I'm a slasher.
We won!
Speaking of slashers, I watch a lot of horror movies. Which you probably know that if you're watching this. Unless you're new to the channel, in which case, welcome, hello, I'm Dr. Terror. Anyway, how do I get out? I watch a lot of horror movies, and I gotta say, a lot of the horror movies, they're not very good. Like, I know some people freak out at them, they scare easily. I'm kind of desensitized.
Watch this!
I prefer the ones with monsters and such, as opposed to the gore fest that were popular in the early 2000s, especially thanks to Hostel. So I prefer the like campier old stuff, especially like the old Universal stuff. One of my favorites being a movie called The Tingler. It had Vincent Price in it, who was just very much a big star in the earlier horror movies, or in the 50s horror movies and such, just the campier stuff. But it was silly, it was fun. But The Tingler, let me tell you about The Tingler, because I've got time to kill. That's all I'm doing. The Tingler, it was made by a guy, or the main guy behind it was a fellow named William Castle. And I think it was William. I'm remembering, yeah, it's definitely William Castle. And I'm remembering that better than I remember Jim's actual name. Anyway, Castle loved gimmicks. He loved making movies more interactive in his own ways. So he always tried to make a sort of interactive experience out of movie-going experiences, which I thought was really cool. And the only two that I have seen that are examples of his work, of course I wasn't alive when he was actually doing them, and I really wish I remember where to go. I know, I see the star, but do I turn somewhere? Oh, yeah, I guess I do. My apologies. Anyway, Castle loved gimmicks, like I said, and two of the movies that I know and I've seen that he was a part of were, I believe it was Mr. Sardonicus and The Tingler. And let me explain what The Tingler was about before I go into explaining the gimmick of the movie. Anyway, The Tingler was the idea that whenever that somebody gets scared, or especially frightened, and they have that kind of tingling sensation, it's not because of anything our body does, it's because of a long centipede-like creature that all of us have attached to our spines, I guess. Oh, hello. Well, let's fight this guy. Let's have them explain themselves.
You Majesty!
Need a hand?
It's you two. Look, one has retrieved, one's won.
Huh? So he wasn't kidnapped?
The crow struck one. Oh.
Sorry to distract you, Your Majesty.
That'll teach you to turn your back on me, you old tomfool, you!
Hickory Dock. King Hickory the
That is
7th,
one
was it?
huge rodent.
No,
You squeaky
17th, I think.
No, we too slow!
Well, guess we're fighting another king. Wow, what a cheap shot. I don't like it. Stop being mean, Hickory Dock. Ow. Why like this hickory dock guy. It's kind of mean. Kind of ugly. Uh-oh. Come on, Mom, get a grip. You need to watch out for that tailspin attack on the boy. It'll get your familiar all fluttered, see? That's not my familiar. Mind you, the thumb below of yours and the okay. You know what? I'm gonna try some fire. Ooh, mouse fire? I'll defend. Oh, wait, what? Haha, that fur of yours only gone and tripped himself up. Now's your chance to give him a good hiding. Holla, boy. Well, how about you take a fireball? Ooh, that hurt a lot. How about you take another one? I think he likes the fire. Healing touch. Wow, he's so stupid. Let's try this fella. Go on! Okay. And now we'll heal again. Tailspin, huh? Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah. I'm done. Spin it, let's begin it. Bear and grin it, when you're in it, you can win it. In a minute, if you spin it, spin it, spin it, tailspin. Ow. Did I defend in time? I did not. That's okay. We got him. Gotcha. Yeah, go fall down the water spout. Wait, that was not a mouse. That was a spider. Never mind you. Never you mind. Level up. Way to go, Jenks. Z. So proud. Well, daddy rats, I'll get you next time. Nicholas, he got away. And I got another stupid catchphrase in before I left and all. Never mind that, Mr. Drippy. How about King Tom? You're right, Mom. We better see how he's doing. Your Majesty, are you okay? Oh, it's you. Come on, game face. Pull yourself together. One retreated from the villain who purloined it. Now. Your Majesty? Nickers, Your Majesty. Your Majesty. Oh boy.
The Zodiacs are assembled, Your Radiance.
I thank you all for attending. Very well. I hereby call the council to order.
You are all doubtless aware of the purpose of this session.
We are here to discuss the elimination of the pure.
Yeah, down with the pure-hearted one. Boo, pure-hearted one.
Dark Jinn.
Ah.
You summoned me, White Witch.
The so-called savior from the other world. He must be destroyed.
Shadar, it is time that you proved yourself worthy of the title of Executor.
Actually, it's extra cute-er. I'm just so adorable.
Presumes to bargain with our queen.
That cape is so cool.
Go on.
Very well. I must request that you entrust this task to me and
The
me
power is
alone.
yours, and yours alone.
Hear me, members of the council. I have no need of your aid.
He thinks himself our equal. What gives him the right
He is either very brave or...
To presume to give us orders.
Babbling fool.
Dark Jin what he wants. Wait, Dark Jin does what he wants.
Very well. You will have your wish, Shadar. I entrust the task entirely to you. Teach those who speak of a savior the futility of their hope.
It shall be done.
I'll live it to my name of extra cute or else.
I will taint his heart with the blackness of despair.
That sounds fun. If one thinks you once, one thinks you 1,000 times. You saved one's life back there. Looks like you're feeling a bit better now, eh, Your Majesty? But you weren't kidnapped after all. That's funny. My reasoning was a bit off. You don't think I'm losing my touch, do you, Ollie boy? No, I don't think you ever had it. I mean, I'm just glad the king is safe. That's the most important thing, isn't it, Your Majesty? No, never mind all that. One is just perfectly livid now that that villain Hickory Dock got the better of one. And all because the loss of one's enthusiasm led one to be caught catnapping. To think he managed to purloin one of one's greatest treasure. No, it is unforgivable. But one's wand is back in one's possession now. That is the main thing. Now one can finally bestow it upon you. Thank you, Your Majesty. Bring forth one's wand.
This is one's magic wand. When one was a kitten, one ran quite wild with the old thing. Here, it is yours now.
Thank you very much, Your Majesty.
If you know who finds out about this, one fears we shall both live to regret it. But one will hardly say no to one so very pure.
When you say you know who, you mean Shadar, don't you?
There's no need to say it out loud, is there? But yes, that is who one.
Your Majesty, you've gone and given him the wand now. There's no going back.
One supposes so.
Don't worry, Your Majesty. I'll bring down Shadar. You'll see.
You obtained a magic wand. Now, for coming to one's aid in one's hour of need, let one also present you with some new magic. One hopes it will prove useful. You received a page describing the frostbite spell. Golly, thanks again, Your Majesty. I can't wait to try it out. I'm going to become the best wizard ever. No, really. Very eager, aren't we? In that case, there is a forest south of one kingdom, known as Golden Grove, and beyond it lies a vast desert. And in the midst of that desert is the city of Al Mamun. You must travel there next. Its ruler is somewhat... But never mind that. Rashad, one of the four great sages, once dwelt there, and still does, one presumes. The great sages? You mean the proper mighty wizards Alicia used to be one of? Alicia, if you wish to expand your magical knowledge, one is sure the aid of the sages will prove invaluable. Really? Thank you, Your Majesty. Righto, let's off to the desert to find us a great sage then, is it? Tidy. Alma Moon, here we come. Make my way, Malmoon, down and down. Learning spells. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to get into the Tingler story next time, because it's almost time up for this episode. But that's okay. Most who are watching have seen every episode anyway, so... I don't know why anybody would start here. So let's talk to some people. Have you heard the good news about King Tom? He stopped lazing around the palace and becoming a king worthy of the name. Maybe one day we'll build a statue of him as well. Meow, 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 meow. You know the pots got dotted all over town? Well, you should probably have a look inside them every now and again. You never know when you might find something interesting, or plain peculiar. I gotta find that third kid still. These kids. But I don't know where that third kid is. Because I don't remember. Because I am good at memory. I love this music. It's so triumphant. So telling of adventure, you know? It's very interesting. I forgot what's in here. Is this the help desk? It is. New errands are now available. A man standing near the water wheel Ding Dong Dell is looking unusually lazy. Okay. Cool. I want to do some more quests to end this. To get a little bit more EXP for me and ye. Want them? Have you come to volunteer for a task? If so, be careful. They can be hard if you're not properly prepared. Thanks for the tip. Are you here to volunteer too? Indeed I am. I wanted something I could really get my claws into, so I signed up for a bounty hunt. All by yourself? Jeepers, that's awful brave of you. There's no need to worry. Provided you're careful. I just want to do my bit to protect the peace of Ding Dong Dell. On top of that, I'm just full to the whiskers with fighting spirit lately. I can't wait to get out there and kick a bat, or lick a baddie or two. Full to the whiskers, is it? There's marvelous. How's that for enthusiasm, eh, Ollie boy? Oh, you mean... That's right, our friend here got enthusiasm to spare. Go on, ask my forgiveness for lending it. Sure, excuse me, would you mind awfully if we borrowed some of your enthusiasm? Borrow some? I'm surprised that such things are even possible. But if it's in my power to lend, then by all means. Thank you very much. You gotta have hot. But the still spirit of get up and go. I sure did. Thank you, game. Oh my, I feel even better than before. I'm off to hunt the bounty. Prepare to die, fiends. I'm gonna do some pot. Every episode. Since I found the pot, I made that dumb joke. Still looking for the children. The children. Hey, what's up? I say, dear boy, by the cut of your jib, I'm hazarding... What's a jib? I hazard a guess at you being a traveling man. What? And a jolly fine occupation it is too. Aren't you a traveler too, sir? Very true, dear boy. I am indeed. Inherited a pretty pile from my maiden aunt, and decided to travel the world, don't you know? Blimey, it's all right for some, eh? Spare a gilder for a struggling fairy aristocrat. There's a gent. Ha ha ha. Very droll, dear boy, very droll. But I'm not just pootling around handing out alms to the poor, you know. I'm writing my memoirs, you see, a sort of travel diary, you know, the kind of thing. You should really read it. It's cooking stuff. Here, it's just, oh, I say, it must be, dash it all. It's not here. It's bally well up and grown legs. You lost your diary? Yes, I rather think that I have. I must have left it somewhere. Fool that I am. Oh, this really is an absolute limit. My literary legacy gone. All gone. There's tragic, poor bloke. Do you reckon we should offer to help? Yeah, sure. Don't worry, mister. We'll help you find it. You will? Oh, I say, that really is awfully good of you. Ain't it just... So where did you last see it, eh? Well, now, let me see. I rather think it might have been where I sat down beside the river northwest of here. to compose a little vignette. The water of the Babylon book was poetry itself, so I plopped myself down on a little island in the stream and set it off to work. So you think that's where you might have left it, huh? It's certainly a possibility. Lovely little spot it was. Small island, couple trees, jolly pretty. Got it. Okay, we'll go look for it for you. You're a saint, dear boy. A veritable saint. I sure am. Thanks for noticing. Ooh, we gotta call it there, because that's 30 minutes, and we don't want to overstay our welcome. Alright. We will call it there next to this man with a blue smiley face. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.